What's happening? What's the business? It's your boy Landlord from Alabama, back with another video. And today, man, I just want to talk about my boy Amari Cooper, man, the Ferrari Cooper. I know a lot of slander and a lot of criticism and critiquing been coming his way as of late. And I just don't stand for it, man. I've been a long time fan of Amari Cooper. Of course, with me being from Alabama, I am a fan of the great University of Alabama, Roll Tide, by the way. And, I seen every game that Amari Cooper played in college. So, I am well versed when it comes to talking about Mr. Cooper, man. And hanging with Mr. Cooper, he has been a very great wide receiver, great production type wide receiver. But in Dallas, it looks like I don't know whose fault, who's to blame, but for some reason he isn't getting the type of targets and the type of attention that he deserves. I don't know if the defense is focusing on him too much, or is it a problem with the play calling, or is it a problem with the quarterback? And I'm not sure what the answer is at this point, but I just don't think it's all Amari Cooper. We've been putting it all on Cooper's shoulders, saying that he's not a number one, he's not this, he's not that. But I don't understand why this team and this fan base want to get worse as soon as possible. They ready to get rid of Cooper. They think that Gallup, CD, and said ready to step up, and I'm not sold on that. We've seen when Cooper's out the Raiders game and the Chiefs game. Michael Gallup didn't show up. CD Lamb didn't really show up. Michael Gallup showed up the Raiders game, but if you've seen that game, we started trending upwards late in that game. We were struggling the whole game, and Dak and the rest of the team kind of turned up in the fourth quarter. So we haven't seen these guys show us enough to say that they ready to take over the reins and be a number one player, a number one receiver on the team. So a lot of these people saying that Coop shouldn't be the guy and all this and that, but they don't understand football because Coop makes it easier for everybody else on the field. And to be honest, when I seen Dalton Schultz look like he been the one who step up the most when Coop not there. So if you ask me if you want my vote, I want Dalton Schultz to be back on the team. But that's another story. But Coop is not to blame for this. If you ask me, I believe it's Kelly Moore, the offensive coordinator overall, because he's not scheming enough plays to get Coop open. They're not utilizing Coop. He's not active enough in the offense. And if you look at it, Coop had 104 targets this year. And compared to the top guy, Cooper Kupp this year, who had an amazing year, by the way, he had 191 targets. And of course, Coop missed 2 games, but let's say, for instance, he got 10 targets per game. That'll only have him at 124. And 124 compared to 191, that's not even in the same ballpark. So I'm sure that it's probably a little bit of all these issues mixed together. Like some of it can fall on Dak's shoulder, some of it can fall on Kelly, some of it can fall on Cooper, or just the offensive scheme that all together, or it could be some blame on how the defense is playing. But for these other top receivers to get 50, 60, 70 more targets than Cooper, and we want to sit here and blame him as a fan base, I think that's just foolishness. That's buffoonery, if you ask me. And everybody just think they know it. All these couch GMs just want to dog Cooper and say Cooper's the problem, Cooper's the reason. He's not a real wide receiver one. I just don't understand that when this man hasn't really got the right kind of target to become this, to take on a role like that, to be the number one guy. With 100 targets, last year he had like 120. He's always been in the average amount of target range. He's never been an overly targeted guy. And I'm not sure if that's due to him not being open. I think the Cowboys have a dynamic offense as well, so it be other people open sometimes too. So That might take down some of his targets, but let's not get rid of Coop, man. Coop is a great player. Coop is in a system that's not really catering to him. And a quarterback like that, that's not gonna force feed anybody. Like he let that be known with Dez Bryant back in the day. He told Dez, if you get open, you'll get the ball. And it was a big time thing on the sideline. Dak was a rookie, I believe. He told Dez straight up, you don't get open, you won't get this ball. So Dak is not the type of quarterback that supports anybody. He's gonna make smart decisions. He's gonna make a smart read, get the ball to the more open receiver, or throw it to the area on the field that got the most favorable coverage. That's just Dak. That's just the way it's gonna be with that. So I like that. I like my quarterback to be smart and less risky. But sometimes in the game you might have to be a little more risky than you might want to be. But I like the way that mindset thinks. Don't overly do it. Don't try to be too risky, too crazy, gunslinger mentality like Romo used to be. I used to love Romo, but you gotta take awesome plays with terrible plays at the same time. But I don't think Cooper's guilty. I think this offensive scheme is not giving him the type of advantages that other schemes is giving these other players. I know you look at the film, Cooper still getting open a lot of the time. He is still beating his players one on one. That's what he been doing. But like I said, I don't know if they discriminate against him. I don't know what the issues are because he's unvaccinated. I'm sure that's playing a role in it. And a lot of people want to throw him under the bus because of that. And a lot of these other issues. But when it comes to evaluating the player on the field, he's still one of the top guys in my opinion. He got over 800 yards in his 2 games and 8 touchdowns. That's still a lot of touchdowns for a player that missed 2 games. For any player at the wide receiver position, 8 touchdowns is a decent amount of touchdowns. So don't let the talking heads and all the narrators and all these beat writers and stuff discourage you and make you think that your wide receiver one is a bad player and not good enough. He is, in my opinion, those players that we got, CD and Gallup said they wouldn't look as good as they do without Coop being on the field. And that's all I got for you today, man. I just wanted to fight the fight for Coop because it's been slammed out coming every direction out here lately. So just holla at your boy, man. Landlord from Alabama on all sites, man. With the same help, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere, man. I've been on a little hiatus trying to crank it back up, but I'm back in my mode, man. I'm trying to invest in myself, upgrade, set up, and everything like that, man. So just support, holla at your boy. Like I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.